Hi, in this video we will see SQL Server isolation levels. So here this isolation levels defines one transaction must be isolated from data modifications that made by other transactions. So nothing but it describes in terms of which concurrency side effects like such as dirty reads and phantom reads. So and again this SQL Server transaction levels applies to SQL Server 2008 R2 and higher versions. So here this isolation level controls whether the locks are taken when the data is read and what types of locks are requested and how long the read locks are held and whether the read operation referencing rows modified by some other transactions. So like nothing but it's all about deals with the locks that are applied to your tables. So here based on the locks and different kinds of operations we categorized isolation levels into 5 types: read uncommitted, read committed, repeatable read, snapshot, serializable. So before going to these things we will see few things about isolation levels, level of isolation. One is low level isolation and another one is high level isolation. So here low level isolation is nothing but it allows multiple users to access the resources concurrently. So it may result many concurrency related problems, like so the same data, the same queries running by many people in different locations may given different kinds of results. So it's all about comes under low level isolation and like quantum reads and dirty reads. So we will see what is mean by dirty reads and quantum reads. And coming to that higher level of isolation, so it eliminates all low level isolation problems, like it eliminates the concurrency related problem but it results in less number of concurrent access and it may result in data blocking. So here we may see the accurate data for all the concurrent operations, but here multiple users can't access the same data concurrently. It blocks the data. So as we see in low level isolations we may see some dirty reads and phantom reads. So what is mean by dirty reads? So this dirty reads happens when a transaction tries to read a data by some other concurrent transaction which is not yet committed. There is a risk that this other transaction may never be committed, leaving the original transaction with the wrong data. So we can see a simple example for this dirty reads. So I am opening a SQL Server, connecting to source database. Here I will create a table called isolation. Create table isolation. I will give the name as isolation text. B in this is I'm taking two columns. So here I'm inserting the data into this isolation test table. I have some sample examples. So where I have taken some column values, okay, no problem. Insert into isolation test, select 1, 1 union, select 2, 2. Here I am inserting 5 records. Comma 4, 5, 5. I am inserting 5 records into this table. Sorry, here I have created this table in master database. I will drop this table. I'm taking the source database. So file got inserted and table is created. Let's start from isolation. So by default SQL Server isolation level is committed. So means whenever you perform any insert operation, the data by default gets committed into this table. So here I will write a simple query to see the directory reads. I am taking another window. So I am beginning a transaction. I am applying some wait for delay. Update isolation test. Set a equal to -1. So this operation I am performing, and I am applying some wait for delay and commit transaction. And in another window I am writing the same query. So here the data is in the A column we have 1 2 3 4 5. So to see the dirty reads we need to use with no lock. So here I am executing this query. So here if you see all are -1, but this transaction is not yet completed, it is still in running state. So even before completing the transaction, as this statement is executed, we are seeing the data as -1 in the A column, means it is an uncompleted data. Suppose if you see I am using rollback. So here the data is A. Again I am running the same statement. So here the data is getting updated, but it is still running. Once it is completed, if I run the same query select statement again, the data gets rolled back. So here the data is now 1. If we can see now -1, now means the data is get rolled back from the statement. So this is isolation level of dirty reads, nothing but. So to avoid this, we can go for some other isolation levels. So if we use with no lock statement, we can see the dirty reads from the database. And coming to the last updates. So it happens when more than one transaction tries to update the same data. In last update, a successful updated value of data written in the database overrides accidentally by some other transaction updating the same data concurrently. Nothing but if you perform some mini update operation and update some value A column to some other one, someone, and again if you update the same column value to some other value, that is to here we may lose the previously updated value. So that is comes under this last updates. And coming to the repeatable reads, so it's nothing but when we reading the data from the same query multiple times in a transaction, if one query returns some other kind of data and another query returns something different data, then that is comes under repeatable reads. Nothing but two reads in a continuous two reads, one transaction some other transaction modifies that existing data. In the second read we may see something different data. So to avoid this repeatable reads, we have some repeatable isolation level. And coming to the phantom reads, so phantom reads means again if you see the same two different transactions, one transaction returns some n number of records, and in the same transaction if you have the same select query, and if that is returns some other extra records or may some less number of records, that is comes under phantom reads. Nothing but it gets a different set of rows from what it get earlier due to the execution of the query first time. So due to some other transaction, some inserts or deletes data into that same table. So in our current transaction we may see different number of records in each and every execute statements. So to avoid all these dirty reads, last updates, repeatable reads, phantom reads, we have 5 isolation levels: read committed, read uncommitted, read committed, repeatable read, snapshot, serializer. So here first we will see read uncommitted. So for read uncommitted I have one query here. I will run this query. Yeah. So read uncommitted is nothing but it will read the uncommitted data. So here this read uncommitted is a to run the query, to run the process in read uncommitted mode, we need to set the transaction isolation level to read uncommitted. This is the syntax to set the transaction isolation level to read uncommitted, or else we can use with no log statement here. And our table name is isolation test. I am taking the same table name here. So if I run this query, it will give all -1s. So this is uncommitted data. Again, right now we do not have any uncommitted data, this is committed data. So here I am updating this transaction to 2. Here I do rollback. Here I am updating the value to 2, and after 10 seconds I am doing rollback. So here I am executing this query. Here I am running this query. Here I get the result as 2. So it is uncommitted data, nothing but dirty reads. So if I run the query again, I will get -1. So here earlier I get some uncommitted data with this statement. After that, once it is completed, it gets rolled back. Then again I get the earlier data -1. So here using this uncommitted data we can see dirty reads. And coming to that next isolation level, read committed. In read committed we can get, so by default our SQL Server isolation level is read committed isolation level. So I am doing the same example with read committed. So here it will read only the committed data. Even here at present we have -1 value. Here I am updating 2, and I am applying some 10 seconds wait, and again I am rollbacking the transaction. So here I have run this query, and I executed this query. So here it is in wait state, nothing but once this transaction is get completed, it will give this result. So here it is completed. Here it updates this value to 2, and again it gets rolled back. So in our read committed level we will see only the committed data. So as this transaction is in running state, we can't read this table data. Once this transaction gets completed, then only we can read this complete table data. So here while updating or inserting any DML operations, exclusive locks will apply on this table. So if we have any exclusive locks on a table, we can't perform any read operations. I mean, we can't read the data, we can't read any committed data while we have any exclusive locks on the table. Once the exclusive locks get fed out from the table, then only we can read the data from this table. So if you want to see the exclusive lock, we can see